Have you ever wanted to do something, like really wanted to do something, felt it in your soul that this was like a new thing for you that you wanted to explore, that you knew would just bring a joy or happiness or new light to your life? And yet, maybe you've been holding yourself back, you've been scared, you don't know how it's going to turn out or even where to start. That's what I want to talk to you about today. Like doing it, being scared and doing it anyway. And the way that I like to think about this is listening to your heart and what your heart is calling, your deep desire, or listening to your inner mean girl, that part of your brain that just wants to keep you safe, that can see all of the potential challenges and failures that could come your way and just wants to hold you back in the safety and the comfort of what it knows. And this has been coming up a lot for me. And even today, as I hit record on this, I had some notes and I was taking more notes and I'm like, I'm just going to write this whole thing out. And then I realized that was my brain being like, we've got to figure out the exact thing to say and get it in the perfect words before you can hit record. And that's just being scared of doing it wrong, saying the wrong things, um, not doing it perfectly, being worried about what other people think. And this is a real thing. This is the thing that holds us back from what we really want, from our deepest, truest desires. The thing that we know that if we could just find the courage to do it, we would feel so much better. And so I'm sending this message today because doing it scared is sometimes the only way. And the reason for that is because, again, your brain likes to trick you. Your brain likes you to think you have to have it all figured out, that there's a perfect time and a perfect situation. And when you know the way, then you can start, then you can do it. The only way to find out the way there is to do it, is to take the first step, is to figure it out. And so you have to be willing to do it scared. You have to be willing to just start. You have to be willing to follow your heart instead of following your inner mean girl. And I tell you all of this today because I have been thinking for a really long time now about starting a podcast. I love podcasts. I love to listen to them. And I love bringing messages like this to you. And I do that through my emails and I love them. But sometimes I find for me, it's just kind of easier to put it out there in words. And when it comes to emails, I find that I can spend a lot of time writing things and deleting it and writing it and deleting it, trying to find exactly what I want to say, even though I know what I want to say. And so I've been thinking about this for a long time. And of course, my inner mean girl is there being like, no, you don't know what to do. It's not going to work. Nobody's going to listen to you. They only listen to the big names out there. And then one day, one of my friends said to me, you know what I think you need to do is start a podcast. And I was like, yeah, I know I've been thinking about it, but I'm just not ready. And ever since I said those words to her, I'm just not ready, I thought about how this is what I do with my clients. On every call, it's talking about not waiting until you are ready to make the move that you want to make. And so it's been like there in my mind of like, this is what you coach on. And yet this is the exact thing that you're doing. You're waiting until you're ready to start. And so then just yesterday, like this is how quickly things can turn around. Just yesterday, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And I'm not going to jump into the podcast world just yet because that feels too overwhelming to me. But what I can do is take the first step. And I was like, what is that first step? And so this is my first step. It's putting a message that I would send out in a podcast into an email. And so this is what these Friday emails are going to be for now on. They're going to be a simple, short message to you that I hope will inspire you to quiet that inner mean girl, to find that confident self, to think differently, and create a mindset that shifts from, I can't do that, I don't know how to do it, to maybe I can. What if I could? I can figure this out. So that's what I want you to take with you today. What are you not doing because you're too scared? What are you not doing because you don't quite know how it's going to end or how it's going to turn out? What are you not doing because you don't know where to start? And if you did know where to start, what would that be? What is the first step? The first thing that comes to your mind? What can you do today to move yourself one step closer? So here I am, doing it scared, doing it not knowing the way, doing it not knowing the end result, and building up the courage to take it to a different level. And you, my friend, can do this too. You can do the thing you want to do even when you are scared, even when you don't know the way, even when you are uncomfortable, even when that inner mean girl is telling you that you can't. You can do the thing that you want to do, and you can do it in bite-sized chunks, taking that first step today. What is that first step for you today? If you listen to your heart instead of your inner mean girl, what are you doing? Do that thing today. That's my Friday thoughts for you. See you soon.